Hello all, Project Wargaming, back with an update on the Battle of Berlin board. So I got them painted up, all the city blocks, and got them on the board just to kind of see how they look. Um, so there's obviously a difference between the road and the city blocks, but I've kind of done some thinking on that as far as, do I want that big of a contrast or not? And I think I do want that much of a contrast. It takes away a little bit from the board and its overall look and aesthetic, but I think what it'll do will be helpful as far as playing on the board. So the roads are going to be open and your cover saves are not going to be there, and then when the troops are actually in the city blocks, then that's going to make a difference. And so it's very clear delineation where the city blocks are. You can also see I got them painted up, and then also went in with a wash, so the details kind of get pulled out, and then went in and made it look like everything was fired up. So darkened it down. I think it blends together pretty well when you get above and a nice distance from the board. This is, I got them side by side, so it's different how they're going to actually be on the board themselves. But yeah, I'm happy with how they look. So coming over here, you can see just kind of along the edge. There was some warping on these, so I had to kind of crack them and do that, but it really doesn't show up when I do it. One of the other things I did was I bought a paint pen and marked the boards and the blocks and where they're going to sit. And you can see over here in the city zone, or the downtown zone, that kind of painted it up a slightly different color scheme, especially the Kroll Opera House here. Made that, color a little bit more like what it was historically. And then you can see over here on the railroad tracks too that I have gone in and kind of painted them up, but have plenty of rubble over top of them. So I think that looks pretty effective. So the next step, I believe, that I'm going to be doing is coming in and starting to put some more texture and details on the actual park areas. So trees, clump foliage, things like that, to make that look a little bit more parky. And then also I have some little models of statues that I have concocted from some miniatures I'm not really using, and did just some slight little statue pillars, I guess, for on 3D printing. So I'll put those out, and then probably come in, and especially like around the edges, and maybe even where this edge touches that, I'll put some more details. One other thing that I'll probably put in here is somewhere in these different park areas, I will probably put down areas that are bombed out, so cratered and things like that, just to give some variation and texture, obviously, especially in this area. This area here was especially heavily defended. There was actually even some fortifications out here in the middle. So I need to just kind of add that detail to it right here in front of the Reichstag. So yeah, there's where it's at. So that's the next step in the plan, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later.